Thank you for tuning in. There's a lot on my mind all the time. Thinking about life and different things. Things I've been thinking about just recently. You know, the people that say one thing and mean something else. That's not my mentality, and I don't think that's the mentality of people that follow Messiah. There's people that claim to follow Messiah that really don't. They follow Messiah they created in their minds. I remember many years ago, one man I was working for, it was a job that I took on my own. After a couple days or so on the job and talking to me, he told me, he says, "You mean what you say and you say what you mean." And I said, "Yeah, that's true. We have to be that way, straightforward." But one of the things that I've noticed, there's so many people that are deceptive in this world. And yet they act holy. And it's a shame, because if we're going to represent Messiah, let's represent him in honesty. Right? I think that's what he wants. I don't just think that, I know that. Because that's how he represented the Father. And it's important that we not only know that and understand that, but we do that. And it's really strange that, I've met people, that claim to be Torah observant and, follow scriptures, and they study them diligently. But they're not really Torah observant, even though they think that. Because they've missed the first commandment. And we all know what that is. To love the Father above all else with our whole heart, soul, mind, bodies, strength, everything. Love him fervently. And the second commandment is similar to it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Now, we're told in Scripture, how can you say you love the Father if you don't even love your brother whom you've seen? You haven't seen the Father. You've never met him, but you say you love him. But you don't love your brother or your sister. So how can you say you love the Father? That makes you a liar. A lot of liars out there. And people that, and someone that I've met that claim to be Torah observant, things like that, they're abusive, they're controlling, they have not cleansed the inside of the cup. Messiah told us to cleanse the inside of the cup. Now granted, when we come to him, we aren't perfect. And some of the ones that I've observed, they think that they even know what you're thinking. Now, there are gifts that allow us to see a person for who they are. But we are not the ones that judge the hearts. That belongs to the Father. And understand what that means. Because people might be sitting here watching this going, yeah, that's right. But you're thinking about it wrong. And this happens a lot. A lot of the way that we see Scripture as if we're thinking about it correctly or not. We have to understand it correctly. Not according to the way we think. Not according to our filters. We have to understand it the way Scripture means it. The way the Father intends it and wants us to understand it. That's what we have to explore in Scripture. understanding it correctly. Now, Messiah showed us that it's the babes that the Father has revealed His Word to. And I've observed there's a lot of people out there that are not babes that think they understand His Word, but they can't even forgive. And I talked about this in a recent video. Forgiveness, the necessity of forgiveness. They can't even forgive. Some I've met are actually abusive. They're filled with a critical spirit. All kinds of things. And I'm going to tell you right now, Scripture shows clearly that the people of Elohim are gentle people. Because unless you have the Father's love, you will not be gentle. You will not have real patience. Because I guarantee you, the people that are controlling, the people that are abusive, they are not patient. Because if they had real patience, they wouldn't be controlling and abusive. They wouldn't be unforgiving. There's people that will cut you off in ignorance because they are ignorant people. When the harlot was brought to Messiah, picture this. As you can imagine, one of the worst sinners coming before the very Son of Elohim, perfection, the embodiment of perfection. And a crowd of angry people ready to stone her. Anybody that reads the Word and is consistent in it knows the outcome of that event. We know that Messiah looked around, right, and said, "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone." Hello? Are you getting a hold of this? But yet, there are people in their minds that think they have the right to write people off for just differences of opinion. Those people are full of pride, they're full of arrogance, and you will never be a true friend of them because your friendship is conditional. Messiah came not to condemn the world. If we're following Him, why would we write people off? We wouldn't. If we're serving Him, we don't write people off. If we're doing His will, then we're doing the things that He did, overlooking the faults of others, forgiving them. We don't continue. If we realize we've been doing something and we've been down a road where we understand the same things are happening in our life and we don't change that and make adjustments, does that not suggest that we're yet lost? Unless that first and second commandment are in place in our life, we've missed it. The Father built that list of commandments in the order He did intentionally. And I'm not going to pull any punches because I'm tired of seeing the lies and the garbage in this world among people that call themselves followers of Messiah and believers, that all they have is head knowledge, but the heart is not in it. They're whited sepulchres. I see them over and over again. I meet them over and over again. I have some friends here, and I like them. Yeah, they got things wrong just like I do, just like you do. while working on it together. My closest friend here is actually a guy I work with. One of the best guys I know. No? He's got problems in his life too. But you know what? He doesn't go around judging people. And him and I, are in good rapport. And I appreciate this man. He speaks highly of me too. He goes to, we actually live quite far apart. And he goes to a church, in his area. And, he's talked to his pastor. Him and his pastor wanted to meet with me, so you got to meet this guy and stuff like that. He thought it was interesting, things like that. But that's just basically not because of me, but because of what I'm sharing in Scripture. But I'm very blessed in the friends I have here, and, more friends coming along. A pastor I want to meet with. I've had other pastors in the past that I've dialogued with, share Scripture, and we, just share some good things, and, it's a great blessing to meet with people anywhere. Don't look to people just because they claim on this or on that. Meet with anybody. And when I got that down, I'm starting to have more friends in this area, people I get together with and fellowship with. It's a great blessing. Even more people out of the area, And even one sister talking about flying into the area for, Feast of Tabernacles, things like that. And that would be a great blessing to have her. I'm looking forward to that. And just when we just get together as people with the love of Elohim, that's where it's all about. Not cliquish, where, oh no, we just got to get together with Torah observant people, and, people that are, reading, the Scriptures all the time. Okay? No. Messiah came to seek and save that which was lost. Why are not we busy with the same things, right? There's people all around us. Get your eyes off your own thinking. Keep your eyes on Messiah and what He came to do. And when you get a hold of that, you're going to be doing His will. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow along. I'm not perfect. Don't judge me because of maybe my actions or whatever like that. I'm just a messenger. Trust the Father, what He's doing in me. And I hope and pray that you are blessed, that you are encouraged in all things, and that you will continue to seek Him in all things and trust Him in all your ways. May He bind us together. May He continue to do a work in each of us, that we can come together and share what He's given us, and just be a blessing to each other rather than sit around and look at the faults and judge. That's wrong. I'm sorry. That's headed in the wrong direction. Let's bless. No cursing. Blessing. Thanks for watching.